Broadcasting from the Wolfson Children's Hospital Media Center, presenting Artist in Residence, Jill Swanson!
Hi guys, so I know some of my friends, I think you can see me on Instagram if you are there. Hi. Wolfson friends, if you can see me. Hi. Okay, I can see you now. Yay. So we have Matt coming in the picture here in a minute. So you have your favorite artist today, guys. You have Jill, hi, and you have Matt, or I like to call him Mateo. So we are doing today, I think, what are we calling this?
Springtime Dandelions.
Springtime Dandelions. So super easy painting. So if any friends who are watching this who are not in the hospital, all you need is paper and paintbrushes and water and teal, white, and green. Those are the only paint colors you need. So if you are not in the hospital and you want to do it, that's all you need. But if you are here in the hospital and you've already got your supplies, you should have all of that, okay? So we are painting on the boards today. I kind of like to put fun to paint on. So first things first is our background. I'm going to come and grab my stuff. Let's see. So I think I'm going to be lazy and I'm just going to mix right onto my plate. So all we're doing for the background is mixing both teal and green to get a more green colored teal with a little bit of white to not make it super, super dark. So you want to make sure you mix enough of these colors. Let's see. Don't be afraid to use some of that white, because we want this to be a little lighter, just a little bit lighter, not too light.
That's a pretty color.
Yeah?
I think so.
Oh, that is pretty. I like yours. Yours is more like tealy. I'm like green.
I like how you have
Either is
green and
totally
blue
fine.
too.
Yeah, we are.
We planned that.
Yes, we did. We called each other and tried to plan what we did.
Yeah. Where are we putting this, Miss Jill?
So we are going to paint from the top down because I want the bottom part to be a little lighter, so we'll add a little bit more white to that part when we get there. So we're just going to go straight all the way down through the canvas. And if you want to make this a little textured, feel free just to grab a little bit of white and you can brush that through some spots just to help. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah. So we're just going to go about halfway, and then when we get about halfway, we will add some more white to our color.
You got a nice even coat there.
I
It's
tried.
like I'm a little streaky.
That's okay. So we got some big paint brushes today, so it's kind of nice. Makes this a little easier to paint. So I've got a good section there, so now I'm just going to grab some little extra white. Yeah, you can. And I'm just going to brush through. Like that. Alright, so friends who are watching on Facebook or Instagram, feel free to like, do a wave, put in a comment, tell us some things that you like. If you like any certain, if you have any kind of spring flowers that you like my favorite is sunflowers. Those are my absolute favorite. That was nice. I like it.
Thank you. Not that for my first time.
Nope. First time painting ever, guys.
Ever.
No.
It's a good. I have a good teacher.
Alright, so we're just going to keep painting, go about halfway with this color, and then I'm going to have to make more of it, already ran out. But we're going to paint with this color about halfway onto the board, and then we're going to start adding more white to the color so it gets lighter the more it goes down.
Poster board just sucks that paint right up, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. Right. Keep adding a little extra white to my background, just to help give it some extra texture there. kind of taking away from the darker teal that I have going on. Oh, that looks nice. So Matt's already adding in the white to his bottom half. That looks really, really good.
Sorry, I heard the instruction. I just kept on going.
You're good.
I feel empowered by your
Totally good.
expert instruction.
You do it. Go for it. I gotta mix more color because I ran out. That's my life. Constantly mixing colors.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. It's one of those things when you paint a lot and then you always run out of your paint color, like the main one that you use. That's what always happens. Alright, so I've got a good lighter tone here.
Just turn this. Sure.
I'm starting to work it
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Behind the scenes, we got to recognize Mr. Justin
Oh yeah, from
the Child Life Department,
Oh yeah.
the expert. I don't know what your official title is. Technical.
Patient technology.
Patient technology specialist, or cool. Very grateful to have Mr. Justin here helping us get our thing together.
Oh yeah. Oh, may not have.
I'm losing my button.
No, you're good.
No, my button.
Oh, you're good? Okay. Alright. So I'm just going to keep taking this color and we're going to keep going down on our canvas here. Going lighter the further we go down. You can make this as decently light as you want. So the hope is when you start to do your dandelions are more going to be in this darker half of your background, while your stem is going to be mostly in this lower half. But your stem is going to be both teal and green mixed together without any white, so those would be your darkest color. So hopefully your stem like really, really sticks out into your stems.
I've heard of people having things like dandelion tea. Is that true?
Yes.
Really? Never tried it.
I think it was actually used to like cure like upset stomachs and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not medical advice.
No, don't do it now. I don't know about that.
Disclaimer.
Clearly, I am just an artist, guys.
You're not just an artist, you're an artist!
Alright, so we are keep working on our background. I'm going to leave the top half alone when I'm done so I can get it to dry. Actually, I'm going to rotate my board. That's a long way down for me. Alright, so map's looking really cool, but it kind of looks like water.
Thanks. It's hard to really see what I'm doing from this angle, but
I think you're doing great.
thanks. I'm having fun, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, friends, any friends who are doing this in the hospital, if you need any extra help, there will be an artist around on the floor. So if you really need to get their attention, you can ask your nurse and they can come and find us. We will be there. So if you need any extra help, let us know. And hopefully y'all are doing pretty good. This isn't too hard of a painting, so I'll give you guys a minute with the background. Luckily your boards are much smaller, so it shouldn't take too long to paint.
This paint dries pretty quickly on this, Jill.
Yes, it does. I don't know if you guys can hear Matt, but he's saying that the paint dries really quickly on the board. It kind of does. So, Matt, what are some of your favorite things to do during springtime?
Springtime?
Like it's sunny outside and nice and warm.
I love, well, when I lived up north, I would love to go skiing in the early spring. Because you don't have to wear like super thick winter clothes, but you can still play in the snow.
Yeah.
Oh,
like skiing.
Yeah, like snow skiing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a New England thing, but or a northern thing. But down here, I like to go for like hikes through, state parks is fun. Ride my bicycle. Also in parks. Not really a big fan of riding on the street. else? Take my dog for walks in the park and stuff. Yeah, you know, anything outdoors to sort of celebrate the weather
That's something nice.
before it gets really hot.
So I grew up in Miami, and we used to have a pool at my parents' house. So that was always like a normal thing.
Yeah.
You'd be at the pool, in the pool all day, and then I just remember mom would always make these like turkey sandwiches. That it was the most basic thing, but it was so good. You'd have that with fruit punch and like some chips, and you're good to go.
I used to go scuba diving there this one time.
I've never gone scuba diving. It kind of freaks me out, not gonna lie.
Someday, you never know.
Never know. Probably not.
All right, I think I'm overdoing it here.
Oh no, I think it was pretty cool though.
What's next?
I like that you added a little bit of blue. So we're gonna leave it alone for just a minute here, just to make sure that the back is dry. I'm gonna put this big brush that I have away because I don't need this one anymore.
I like your blend. Your blend is a lot smoother than mine. I feel like I've got two bands of color here.
Were you using your paintbrush on the thick side or the thin side?
The thick side.
Oh, so was I.
It just seems like a dry mark tag. That's
It
okay.
is
I learned something new today.
Yeah, you did great though. I like yours more than my first one.
Oh, you're very kind.
I actually like this one more than my first one too.
I think it looks great.
All right, friends. So hopefully you did not use all of your white for your background because you still needed a good amount of it to do your dandelion circles. So one thing we can do actually while the background is still a little wet is grab some white on your big brush. You can still use your big brush. I know everyone had two brushes, but you can still grab some white and then you can start doing some circles that will pick up some of that background color. Like this. I'm going to actually grab some of that background color. So I'm going to start doing some circles that are all right next to each other.
I like using my fat brush for circles.
Yeah?
I'll show you why.
Go for it.
So I just put it down like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I twist it.
Oh, that's fun.
I like making sound effects too when I'm painting.
Here, sit next to him so you guys can hear him. Do hand.
I need more white.
Oh, there you go. Got you. Matt's got jokes.
Sound effects.
I like it.
Sound effects make painting more fun.
I don't know if you guys are able to see what he was doing. So his brush is square. He literally just put it down and then just spun it in a circle. So that way the square, the line part of it spoke from the square brush just made its own circle. So like I have this circle one right now. I'm using this one. So all I'm doing is just taking a little bit of white and making circles right on top of each other while this background is still a little wet. And I'm going to do like a good sized bunch of them.
Yours is much more faster. I'm going to use a little brush.
Oh, you can, whichever brush you want, doesn't matter.
I feel like
We have time, you're good. Okay.
you do
So I'm just
that.
doing a few, and I'm going to leave this alone for right now so that way it dries completely. But I'm going to do another bunch over here, and maybe I'll do one more. I haven't decided. But I'm definitely going to do some random ones at the end when the background is really, really dry with the white, so that way it looks like we've got some dandelion puffs floating away. Matt, what's your favorite flower?
My favorite flower. I had a Venus flytrap when I was a kid. That's a plant. That's not really a flower, is it?
No, I don't think so. Venus flytrap. Where would you get that?
Where would I get that? I don't remember. That was a million years ago. That was back when the dinosaurs were around. I named it Audrey. Audrey 2 at the Little Shopping Forest. Favorite flower? That's tough. I'm a big fan of orchids.
Orchids are nice.
I think orchids are very
keep
elegant.
an orchid alive though to save my life. Not gonna
I
lie.
think they look elegant. I think that's why I like them. Which is funny because I don't know. I'm a little messy. I'm more messy than elegant, really.
We're artists. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to have weird taste in things.
Yeah. What's your favorite flower?
Chrysanthemums.
A chrysanthemum? You know, I know how to make that in origami.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Joe's got some origami skills. I can make a rose.
I can't do that one yet.
There's something I can do that you can't?
I know how to make a sheet of paper.
It's good.
Alright,
Just
so
smash
is
it
there
in
anything,
tree
so
pole.
we've got a few flowers. If you go to our website, through our website, you can get to our YouTube page, and we have a whole bunch of pre-done videos already.
Over
And
100 videos.
Over 100 according to Matt, that I know there are quite a few flower ones that I've done for origami if you want to check that out. All you need is a square piece of paper, or two.
Or a rectangular piece of paper
Or
and a some scissors.
That too, yeah. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave this just about here. Let's see. Dandelion bunch. So I kind of like when the paint sort of dies off on the brush and the circles aren't perfect circles, they look very hazy. That's one of my favorite ways to do this.
Haze and circles. I noticed that some of my little puffs had too much paint.
Ooh.
So I don't know if this is okay with you, but I just took my finger and kind of swirled it around
Yeah.
inside and kind of like did the same thing.
Yeah, so if we have any little kids who are doing this project too, if you want to kind of just do this with your thumbs, you can.
Wait, I
And
can
then
use
just
my
do
fingers?
thumbprints. Yeah, you could totally use your fingers. That's one of my favorite ways to paint.
I'm gonna finger paint.
But I'm gonna leave this alone for right now so mine dries a little bit. We're gonna let Matt keep tinkering with his. He's gonna try his fingers next as a paintbrush. Everything is a paintbrush, guys. Pretty much everything.
Make
Don't
sure you
use
ask
your
mom
head.
or dad though, or
That
whoever's
too,
in
make sure
charge.
to ask mom and dad.
The guardian, whoever's in charge.
Oh, I like that. That looks nice.
Thanks. So that's your expert instruction, I'm telling you.
I do. I like these.
I don't know, is there like a pattern I'm supposed to be following?
No, you're doing great.
Okay.
Because you kind of just do some where they're like mixed in with the background, and then we're letting it dry, and then we're taking straight white on top to do more.
Oh, okay. Well, so I don't want to overdo it then, that's what you're saying.
So if you wanted to dry faster, I like to do this. Fade it out. Dry faster.
Hey, I'm a fan.
There you go. Alright, so we are dry. We are dry, we're giving it some time. So once these are dry, guys, we are going to do some more white dandelion puffs, and you can pretty much do as many as you want and as big as you want. It's up to you. And then once we're done with all of that, we'll mix our last color to make our stems, and then we're done. That's it. Super easy painting. And you can be as detailed or as fun with this as you want. That looks really cool. I kind of like these. We're like, it's got like really dark centers. That's really cool.
Thanks.
Alright, Matt, what else do you like during springtime?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, so many fun things to do. I used to go horseback riding when I was a little kid. That's a lot of fun.
I haven't done that in years.
Just water sports in general. We live in Florida. There's so much water everywhere.
So fun fact, guys, you know how pretty much Florida is like all beach? I hate the sand and I hate going to the beach.
Oh, well, don't be a stick in the mud.
I just don't like sand, it gets everywhere. But I have learned some cool tricks. So if you go to the beach and you don't like sand, especially stuck to your feet, take a sock and put baby powder in it, and you rub that on your foot, and it takes away all the sand. It's true.
Why would you go to the beach if you don't like sand? Anyway.
I don't like going to the beach because I don't like sand.
It's like, I don't know.
It's like un-American.
I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, so I'm cleaning my
It's
brush.
like going to McDonald's if you don't like cheeseburgers.
I'll do there.
I like McDonald's.
That's alright, I think Matt's learning a lot of things. Alright friends, so you have two paintbrushes, right? So your main brush that you've used for your background and for some of those tufts, whenever you're done with that base color of tufts, feel free to clean your brush. You want this to be nice and clean when you go to use just the white paint. Okay? So I've cleaned my brush. I am drying it on my paper towels really, really well.
Which brush are we using, Miss Jill?
I'm still using my round brush.
Your round brush, all right.
Yes.
Understood.
So,
What are we doing with that one?
let's see. Most of this is still a little wet, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. Alright, so now I want to do some bright white tufts, or as white as we can get them. So I've still got some, yeah. So I still have some white here that is untouched. So I'm just gonna make some really, really bright white circles. Some in the front end of the puff, some in the back side of the puff. Just that way it gives it some dimensions.
Yeah, yes, especially. Look at that, how cool.
My recommendation is if you are doing the puffs that are really white, and you're trying to keep your paint really white still from your brush, don't swirl it around a lot. Try to touch the board as minimally as possible so it doesn't pick up those background colors.
I'm really having fun finger painting this, Jill.
Are you? You're still finger painting?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's coming out okay, I think. Look.
I think so. Like, oh, that's fun.
Right.
Yeah, you've got some good depth in yours.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you. It's just the right amount of pressure with the finger painting.
There it is. So, I'm just keep making some of these really white puffs here. I'm going to do this to both of my dandelions.
I feel like I need to get a less uniform size. I need some smaller dots in here.
Some smaller dots.
Yeah.
Go for it.
My dots are a little too uniform. By uniform, I mean they all look very similar to each other.
That's okay.
Yeah. I just like, I like to have some uniqueness in my dots.
So one thing, I don't know if I've said this before, but try to do some dots where they kind of go off to the sides of it so it looks like they're pulling away from those dandelions. And then when you're done working on your very bright white dots, feel free to just take some more white and do some more random dots kind of floating around. So that way it looks like you've got dandelion puffs floating in the air. And they'll look more like that when we do the stems. We'll see how we do that.
I'm very happy with the dandelion so far.
Yeah, yours is really cool. Can we take that and give it to kids in the floor? If they want it?
Of course.
$5, guys.
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Completely joking. It is very free. You can have mine as well.
Very free.
Very free, I promise. I was very much joking. Bad joke.
That's okay, it's okay.
Alright.
That's on our YouTube channel. That's not true either.
He's joking there too. Alright, friends. So, this is our last part. Oh, I like this, except for this one spot right here. I'm dripping. Okay. So, I am taking, so everyone has a smaller brush. They kind of look like this. They're the standard floor brushes that we have. So you're going to take this brush, and then you're going to mix the teal and green without any white. You want this to be as dark of a color as you can get. So it won't be super, super dark, it's pretty much be as dark as you'll be able to get a color from it. But no white is the main part. You want to make sure that this is a darker teal. Right. So I like to do the main stem that comes from the dandelion itself. So I'm going to pick a spot from the middle of the puff and then go straight down as best I can. Like this. So that's just the main stem. And then you can make it kind of thick if you like. You want to make mine a little thicker. You can take as much time for this as you like. This part is really where you do some more detail. Everything else is more messy painting. This is where you kind of want it to make it look more like what it is. Let's see how that's doing. And you're already going from straight.
Sorry, I saw your great example out
Totally
there.
fine. So Matt's already started, so he did his stem, and then he's doing some short little strokes like this, going to different puffs to make it look like those puffs are still attached to the stem. That's exactly what you want to do. That's why we have to make this color as dark as we can get it. So there's no white mixed into it. So it pops against the rest of the canvas.
Interest.
Yes. So one thing I like to do as well, so we're going to go through and those puffs that we have that are floating in the sky, you're going to do a stem, kind of just coming from whichever side you like from the puff so they look like they're floating. Like this. And then even from here, once you're done with doing your stem, if you want to go back through and add some extra puffs, I think I'm going to do that as well. So that looks really nice. Good job.
Thank you, Jill. Good job yourself.
This stem. So I remember as a kid growing up, my parents' house is in a cul-de-sac.
Mm-hmm.
And on the edge of the cul-de-sac where there was still grass, we used to pick dandelions from there. I always loved it. My dad hated it because they'd go everywhere on the grass and then we'd have dandelions growing the whole year.
I lived on a busy street,
Huh?
but we did the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Just go through and some.
That and what are those little things that the helicopter things?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they're called.
And we had honeysuckle that grew near my house.
Ooh, that was always my favorite candle flavor my whole life.
Oh,
Candle
yeah.
scent, I guess.
I didn't realize it was a candle until I was like in my 20s.
From Yankee Candle?
Yeah, I don't think Yankee Candle existed when I was a child.
No.
I think it was only invented in they started in like 1800 something. Just kidding. Really excited about my dandelion
I
too.
think I'm gonna add some more puffs to my second one. So for right now, I'm sort of done with my painting. I'm gonna keep adding some extra things. Bringing back my brushes. White.
I'm going to step back and take a look at my painting from back here.
He's admiring.
Get a little perspective.
Right.
This might be it. This might be the piece that changes my career.
I don't know. Right. Try to make my puff look more like a puff shape because it wasn't quite puffy.
Very puffy. Very puffy.
Now it's puffy.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing.
This was a lot of fun, Miss Jill.
Super easy though, right?
Yeah.
Just how I like it.
Yeah, not very challenging, but
Not
fun.
challenging, yeah. Gives everyone a chance.
Yeah. It's a good place to start.
Remember guys, painting doesn't have to be hard. Just find something that you like and you do it in whichever way you think it would work. Like Matt did his differently from mine. We had the same colors and it still looks different.
That's what it's all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little uniqueness in our art.
Put the words out of my mouth. Yeah, this is fun. I like it. It's very cute. So we will be bringing these around, so if anyone in the hospital wants them, you can have it. And you can still keep yours too. We'll take all of them home. Ooh, that's fun.
We would love to see pictures of your work. When we come pick up to clean up the supplies, if you guys are staying here at Wolfson's, we'd love to take some pictures of just your paintings, if that's okay.
Any friends who are doing this at home, feel free to take pictures and ask your parent or your guardian to help you post it on Facebook and tag us in it. We'd love to see your artwork. All right, guys? So I think this is it. Are you good?
I'm great. Thanks so much, Miss Jill.
All right, guys. You have a great rest of your day. See you back on the floor. Bye.